Okay, there's gonna be a video on how to create consistency in trading and the steps I took because I've been noticing that a lot of traders are not consistent live, but also not in backtest. Um, that got me really wondering how many people backtested the same pairs twice and got the same results while backtesting the same data. So I'm gonna take you guys through this. Okay, before I did this, can this go away, please? Okay, before I did this, I had bad results, as you would figure. Um, I couldn't trade like my mentor traded all the concepts. He taught me the strategy, and he had some kind of intuition or feeling, or you could call it experience to know when a setup is good or bad. And I just couldn't. Like all the setups I felt bad about were good, and also the other way around. Um, I had no confidence. I would always talk myself out of setups. So I would say like, yeah, I will take this trade when it comes to the zone, and I will come to the zone and I would never take it, or I would wait for another confirmation, but I would never do that in backtest. So it didn't make sense at all that I did this. And also when I was backtesting, I never got the same results on the same backtest data. So it was always some difference in it. So that was really weird, and that made me have no confidence, and I also had really bad psychology because I just couldn't hold the trade. I was always scared. I would always close before TP. I wanted extra confirmations. I wanted someone else to tell me if a setup was good or bad. So I was not consistent at all, and even my backtest results weren't consistent. And when I realized that, I realized, how can I be consistent if my backtest results aren't even consistent, and how do I expect to make money? So I took a few steps back and I started a plan on how to change this. So the steps I took are simple: backtesting and psychology based steps. The psychology, well, I improved my psychology by changing my subconscious mind and reflecting and creating my own tools and routine based on the books I've read and the study I followed. I followed applied psychology, and as a study on how to coach other people and change behavior. So I thought like, yeah, I should be able to coach myself and change my own behavior. So I started to create tools on that, but I will not be discussing that. That's in the Discord. It's free, so feel free to join. I will be reading your reviews. I will be telling you how to do reviews. I got formats and reviews. So I learn from reading your reviews. You will learn from reading my reviews. So that's why it's free. And I will take you to the back testing part right now. Okay, so I realized I need to take a few steps back. I was trading 4 or 5 pairs on a 5 minute. I had 5 trades a day. They would always be different, and yeah, I just needed clear rules. So I said to myself, I'm gonna take a few steps back, pick one pair, and backtest it with the same rules. So really clear rules. And yeah, my strategy already had clear rules for confluences, but there was always some room for opinion or intuition or whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm back. I needed to sneeze, sorry. So there was room for opinion everywhere. And that just didn't work for me. So I picked NAS 100 on the 5 minute and I started backtesting that a lot. And I said to myself, I'm gonna take everything that's technically valid. It might be against trend, it might look really bad, it might have consolidation, I don't care. And when I was still trading live during that time, and when I was trading live, I would write down hesitation points. That was what I would call them, and it would be trades I would hesitate about because there was something I didn't like about it. So, for example, I would take a demand, but it came from a supply zone, so that's what I didn't like about it, or there was consolidation, or it was a top zone against trend. And what I did during backtest, if there was consolidation, I would mark it red in my Excel sheet, and if it was a top zone against trend, I would mark it blue. And in the end, I got this big ass sheet of data, and I would look at like the same colors and see, is this worth hesitating about? Do I have to avoid these trades? Is it better for my results? And I found out it doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, you might cut some losses if you don't take trades that come from supplies or demands towards your zone, but eventually, in the long run, it was profitable. So I said to myself, I'm going to take everything that's technically valid. It might look trash. I can hate the setup. I would like find only bad things about the setup, but if it had the confluences of the liquidity and the break of structure and the untapped zone that I needed, I have to take it. The only thing I didn't take, and I still do not take that, is a top zone against trend because that was not profitable in the long run. And that's really clear rule, to be honest. So there was no room for opinion. And if you would test with my rules, you would get the same results. And I got the same result testing it 3 times in a row. So I knew I got the consistency now. I have to translate it to live. I still made some small adjustments. Like before I would go break even at a 1 to 2 and my TP is at 1 to 3. And now I'll go break even at 1 to 2.5 because that was better in the long run. Okay, so the next step was taking it to the live charts. So I challenged myself, and you should challenge yourself too. And I said the following thing: I will do 3 months of one strat, consistently trading one pair at a certain time, and I will make zero mistakes. And I do not care about the results. I can have 10 fucking losses in a row. I do not care. I will be doing this for 3 months without making a single adjustment. And that's how I should know if my edge plays out or not. So I started doing that, and I started doing a lot of reviews, daily reviews, weekly reviews, monthly reviews. So I made sure I made no mistakes and I could track my behavior and found patterns and find out what I could do to get rid of that doubt and hesitation. And I used self-talk and affirmations and everything, and it's all going to be in the Discord what I did. Um, and eventually I started focusing on only the strat and not the results, and that's when things really changed. I printed out a calendar, I think that's the right English word, and I would mark a green check every day I followed my strategy. So I might have no trades and I did what I had to do and I still put a green check. I might have 2 losses, it's fine. I might have a W, it's fine. I would not care. If I did what I had to do, I was happy. And I remember the first month doing that, I had a losing month of like, I think the first 2 weeks had no trades, and then I had like 5 or 6 losses the next 2 weeks. So that's a really bad month. But still, at the end of the month, I was really happy because this was the first month ever. I made zero mistakes, and I knew I was consistently doing what I had to. I backtested the weeks, I backtested the whole month, and I got the same results over and over again. So I knew this is the first time ever I'm doing what I should be doing without making mistakes. I still had the hesitation and the doubt and everything, but I knew I'm doing what I should be doing. So, what do you guys do now? You set clear rules. You're going to backtest them. You're going to backtest them again and make sure you get the same results. Of course, there might be like some difference because you're always going to like miss a small trade or something like that. But if it's not anything big, it's fine. You're going to review your sessions using a model. I got these models in the Discord if you want to use them. And if you want like examples, I got other videos on that. You're going to check your mistakes. You're going to make psychological or mechanical adjustments. Can be small things. If it's big adjustments, mechanically wise, shouldn't really happen, but small things can always be adjusted. And you're going to focus on your execution only, and you're gonna review that in a thing I call A to C game. That's also in the Discord, and if you show your A game for 3 months straight, I can promise you, you will see results. And if you don't see positive results or you don't pass a challenge, and it might be bad 3 months, you still know your psychological game has improved. So your strategy might not work as good, but you as a trader, you have improved. So that's what I challenge you guys to. If you want to do that while you're in the Discord and get some free feedback, I will be happy to do that. I will be happy to help you with personal problems, or not personal problems, but like problems you're facing. So feel free to join the Discord, subscribe, like, check out my socials, and that's it. Thank you guys for joining in.